Let's talk about something. If you as a man don't have kids, what is the reason to date a single mom?
Dating a single mother is an L. The woman either picks the wrong man to have a kid with, or they divorce their husbands for no good reason.
Men everywhere have FOBC, fear of being a creep, okay?
Some single mothers believe men hate them because they won't date them. It's preference.
So I saw a guy on here say no high-value man wants a single mom. And my question is, why do y'all hate us so much?
I am a BM, single mother, and I don't date men with children.
Less likely, most men don't normally go for single mom.
It's not out of hatred. Men don't date women with kids. It's just not what they want. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
One thing they don't tell you about being a single parent is that you're going to be lonely when you have your kids. Everyone asks me, when you don't have your kids, don't you miss them? Aren't you lonely? No, I'm good. When I'm solo, I'm fine. When I have my kids is when I feel lonely, because you're alone in the parenting, the ups, the downs. You don't have that person to share it with. So that came as a surprise to me.
I've been crying on and off for a little bit now, and I want to be a mom so bad. Like, I want to be pregnant so bad and grow a human, and I just want to take care of... I just want to be a mom so bad. And I just wish I could be one right now.
Approved. So I saw a guy on here say no high-value man wants a single mom. And my question is, why do y'all hate us so much? What did the single moms do to you for you guys to feel like we are just the bottom of the bottom? Like, God forbid I took care of my responsibilities instead of getting an abortion. Because, you know, it would have been easier for me to, just be like, let me go ahead and get rid of that because I'm not married. But I decided to go ahead and take care of my responsibilities. And yes, I could have married my child's father, but guess what? My mental health was dwindling trying to keep her in a two-parent household with somebody that was cheating on me all the time. The woman with no kids next to me could have 7 to 8 abortions under her sleeve. Does that mean she deserves a high-value man because she went to the abortion clinic 7 times? I mean, what is up with that? Because single moms are out here making it happen. You trying to say that we don't deserve love from a high-value man, whatever that really means? So we deserve to get the bottom of the bottom. We get the bottom of the barrel, man. Is that what you're trying to say?
No man hates single mums. What most men are saying is that single mums don't deserve high-value men because that man didn't bust his ass to work, sacrifice, and become successful just to take care of a pre-built family. Men want to build their own legacy, not step into someone else's. And let's be real, this woman even admitted that the man she was with was cheating on her over and over, yet she still decided to have a baby by him. At some point, you had to have seen the signs. You chose to ignore the red flags, stay in a broken situation, and bring a child into it. That's not bad luck, that's bad decision-making. And now you expect a man who's worked hard for his position in life to clean up the mess left by another man's actions and your choices. High-value men don't sign up for other men's responsibilities. They choose women who made better choices from the start. That's just reality.
My biggest pet peeve is when fragile men comment derogatory comments on the videos of single mums. Don't worry, you're safe, because we are holding out. We don't actually want to date men that have less emotional intelligence than our own children. And also, if anybody was lucky enough to maybe one day be part of our children's life, that is the greatest fucking privilege they will have, because our kids are awesome.
Men everywhere have FOBC, fear of being a creep, okay? Men don't approach women anymore because of FOBC. They don't want to be viewed as a creep. They don't want to be rejected, especially hot men. The only men that are going up to women and approaching them are ugly. So if I see one more video of a man talking about a woman having to be more approachable, I'm just going to tell you this straight up from just experience. I tried that, okay? That is a waste of your damn time. It doesn't matter how approachable you are. A man does not ever get the courage to go up to you because they have FOBC.
Approach? At this point, I try to avoid eye contact. I've found myself crossing the street to avoid walking by a girl who is alone. Not fear of being a creep, being called a creep for no reason other than she thinks he's not good looking enough to talk to her. It's not about courage, it's about disinterest. just don't care anymore.
So it's been brought to my attention that some men think that single moms in their 30s play hard to get. God forbid a girl raises her standards. We're not playing hard to get. Our standards are just high now. The bar is set high. Okay? We've already been there, done that. We see through the bullshit now. It's not the same. I'm not the same that I was 10 years ago. The bar is high. Or we simply just don't want you. It's not that we're playing hard to get, because believe me, if I want you and I like you, I'm going to let you pursue me. But if I don't, and I don't think that you're worth my time, I'm not playing hard to get. I simply just don't want you. Or you just don't check off all the boxes that I want. And that's okay. You could check off maybe the next girl's boxes, but you just don't check mine off. So let's stop getting emotional and let's just keep it pushing.
It never ceases to amaze how single mothers always raise their standards higher for the next man after they've already given up their womb. She says, the bar is set high now, but why wasn't that bar high for the guy who impregnated you? Now, the next man has to jump through hoops. He has to accept another man's child, be a provider, be emotionally available, financially stable, and still deal with the emotional baggage she brings from her past, all while knowing he wasn't deemed worthy of her at her best, but is expected to perform at his best for a version of her that's already been through it all. Where was this self-worth and discernment when you chose the man who left? It's always after the heartbreak, the failed relationship, and the child that the standards magically appear. But let a man have a checklist and say he doesn't want a single mom, and suddenly he's shallow or insecure. This isn't about high standards, it's about selective accountability and expecting the next man to pay full price for what someone else got for free.
I've really enjoyed posting content for you guys to relate to other single moms that are trying to date at the moment, and also like draw some attention to chaotic things men do on dates, especially recently to me being new to the dating market. It's been absolute chaos. So for the next few months, I'm going to be really focusing on myself and my kids. I really can't wait to have this chaotic upward spiral. Over the next few months, I'm so excited, and I'm excited to show you guys and bring you along for the ride.
One thing being a single mom taught me is that I will never date a guy who has kids of his own. And a lot of people think I'm crazy for saying that, but if you're a single mom, like, you know exactly what I mean. If you know, you know.
First of all, this is one individual that is speaking to one of her dating preferences, which is very specific. That's fine. But I swear to God, when she comes back on here 2 months from now and she makes a video saying, I can't find a good man, where are all the good men? You eliminated probably 80% of those men, especially if you're in your 30s and you're dating. As a single mom, and I can say this because I used to be one, you have such an advantage over other women when it comes to a man that has kids. Because you can empathize, you can understand what he's going through, especially with co-parenting. You can step into an appropriate role with those kids, which can be such a blessing to them. And believe me, all of the empathy and the efforts will come back to you tenfold. Secondly, I hope you're ready for all the people to point out the double standard. And then lastly, this is almost a PSA for everyone. You can have dating preferences. It doesn't mean that you need to broadcast it.
This is actually nothing new. Single mothers who refuse to date men with children. Think about it. It doesn't make sense why they wouldn't want to. They already have children. They understand the challenges, the busy schedules, the parenting struggles. You'd think they would relate to each other's lives and find common ground. But no, many of these moms are holding out for their Prince of Bel-Air, expecting a man with no kids, no baggage, and all the time, money, and energy in the world to pour into them and their children. By rejecting single fathers, they're actually shrinking their dating pool and making it harder for themselves. Why? Because the reality is the majority of single men without kids don't want to date women with kids, not because they hate kids, but because they don't want to take on the huge responsibility and financial, emotional baggage of raising someone else's children. It's like they're skipping over the men who would truly understand their lifestyle in favor of chasing a fantasy that most likely isn't coming.
So I'm feeling Very deflated. Been single for about 4 years and off and on dating apps, and was supposed to have lunch with somebody today and didn't confirm, but just went to go check and he disconnected from the chat. And it is what it is. But it's like I'm a single mom. I have a dog. I own a business. And I'm like, I don't really go out. It's like, how do you meet people? Like, if the online stuff is not working, it's just so much energy for no reward whatsoever. Like, how are you supposed to meet people? Like, I'm seriously asking a question. How are you supposed to meet people? Dating apps are just a joke. I'm over it.
I am 42 years old and I am a single mother. And I get a lot of people who will like comment to me or, even out in the wild will just say, the reason why we're still single at my age, especially my age, is because of our unreasonably high standards. Now, I don't think that they're unreasonable. I mean, are they high? Maybe they're a little high, but like the thing is like at this point in our life, we've been through enough that we already know what we like and what we don't like and what we want and we don't want. And so, I mean, really, it's just that simple.
Isn't it just amazing? Another 42-year-old single mother with unreasonably high standards, and now suddenly she knows what she wants. Where was this clarity in her 20s and 30s when she actually had the leverage, the looks, and the time to choose wisely? Now, after years of making poor choices, ignoring good men, she's acting like she's in the same position she was decades ago. The irony is that knowing what you want at 42, especially as a single mother, often means overlooking the reality of what you can actually get in today's dating market. Many of these women are still aiming for the man who checks every box. A single mother at 42 talking about her unreasonable high standards is just pure delusion. At that stage in life, it's not about settling, it's about being realistic. She's not competing in the same dating pool she was in her 20s, but she's acting like men are still lining up around the block.
And I'm sorry, I could not be a man in this new generation because I would have been put that fire on y'all females. I'm sorry. Because what you mean, you can have my number, but you got to pay my rent. What you mean, I can't have no kids, but you got 4. What you mean, if you out with your homegirls, I got to pay for everybody's stuff. What you mean, I got to be rich, but you live on your mama's couch. What you mean, I got to have more than 3 pair of pants, but you only got 1 wig. What you mean, if I want to take you out on a date, I got to pay for you a babysitter. What you mean, if I want to take you out on a date, I got to buy your son some diapers and shoes.
I spoke to one guy, we were getting on, chatting, he asked me where I was from, age, like the vibes were there, I thought he was cute. I know that he thought I was cute, evidently. And then I thought, let me just throw in, like, do you have any children? So I asked him, do you have any kids? And he was like, no. He was 36. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. Then he asked me, do you have any kids? I was like, yeah, I've got 2. When I tell you guys, the vibe changed. The vibe changed instantly. And I was like, this is why I always say about kids up front. I don't feel any way about it, but I know some people don't like, they don't want someone with kids, and that's fine. But it was just awkward, and I could tell he was like wondering, how do I get out of this? So I just helped him out. I just kind of deaded the conversation and was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. But yeah, it just makes me think, if there's any like single parent speed dating or dating mixer events, I feel like I'll prefer to go to that because, yeah, I don't know.
Well, thank God she helped him out of that awkward situation. The only reason it got awkward in the first place is because she conveniently left out a major detail, the fact that she had children, until they were already sitting across from each other on the date. Of course, the vibe would change. For a lot of men, That's a deal breaker they want to know up front, not something slipped in like a hidden clause after the fact. Maybe if he had known beforehand, he wouldn't have wasted his time, his money, or his energy showing up. This is exactly why honesty from the start matters. Springing kids on someone mid-date feels manipulative, like you're hoping they'll just go along with it because they're already there. All it does is create tension, break trust before it's even built, and make the person feel trapped in a situation they didn't sign up for.
Nobody talks about how lonely single motherhood can feel. You love your kids, but sometimes you just want someone to lean on. Between work, bills, and raising kids alone, it's easy to feel like you're carrying the weight of the world. But here's the truth. You're not meant to do it alone. How to find your village? Let go of the I can do it all mindset. You can, but you shouldn't have to. Start small. A trusted coworker, a school mom, an online support group. Your village doesn't have to be big. It has to be real. Be open to help. Accepting support isn't weakness. It's survival. You are undoubtedly strong, but even strong women need support. Tag a single mom who needs this reminder.
I am a BM, single mother, whatever, and I don't date men with children. I mean, I have dated men with children, but it's just not my preference. So I can never be comfortable with the idea that a man with a child is at my home fathering my children. My children are waking up to you, but your blood child doesn't get to wake up to you. Like they don't have direct access to you in the home. Like I cannot ever get comfortable with that. And I think I knew for a fact that I cannot handle that is with the last guy that I dated. He had a child, and when he would be with me, some nights, I was thinking about his baby. I was thinking about his baby because it's like you're at my house with me and my children.
Did you hear her? She's a single mother with children, but she can't date men with kids. She actually said she could never be comfortable with the idea of a man with children fathering her children. The hypocrisy is unreal. These are the same types of women who fully expect a man without kids to step up, love, and provide for children that aren't his. Does she not hear herself? It's this double standard that makes dating in today's world so frustrating. She wants all the benefits of a man accepting her baggage while refusing to accept his. She wants him to see her kids as his own, but she won't do the same if the roles are reversed. It's entitlement at its finest, expecting a man to give what she's unwilling to give.